World famous. Love, love, love. It's your boy Big Dan. It's going down Big Dog Boss status. This is episode number 3 on World Famous Radio. We got a heavyweight in the building. This guy's smiling. I know he feels good. Get your mic right, man.
Pause.
We got a guy in the building, man. His movie's doing what? Almost 3 million views on YouTube. God bless you.
God bless you. The movie out now on YouTube.
Totally independent filmmaker. 100% out his own pocket. Met this guy at Cheney University, man. We were both broke. I was still smoking Reggie out of Chocolate Dutchess. On some broke shit, never going to fucking class. Writing my goals down, not achieving nothing. We came a long way, man. We got Josiah DonMartin in the building. Y'all make some noise, y'all. This guy's laughing.
It's not my name.
Josiah DonMartin.
A.K.A. Super Jones.
Yeah, A.K.A. Peoples Hernandez.
Nah,
A.K.A. Super Easy.
At unemployed.
Yeah.
I changed my Instagram.
But listen, man, thanks for coming on the show. The point of World Famous Radio is for you to tell your story, man. So you can start wherever you want to. I know you just dropped a movie. You're working on another one. You know, I know you're dealing with some pretty big actors right now that's in the industry. This is your second film you're working on, right?
Yeah.
Everything's independent. So, I just want to start at the beginning on, what made you want to jump into film? Because before film was music management, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Don't shun your past. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the meetings and everything. Let's go in.
Where you want to start?
I started at the beginning. I started when you became Jones. We got to go all the way back to York when you took your sneakers off and walked through the grass.
I actually learned to do that. If you're going to walk through a field and it's messy, it's better to get your feet muddy than the actual sneaker.
Why?
I mean, because you can wash your feet off.
Yeah.
The mud don't come out the leather that easy, you know what I mean? So, I learned that. I don't forget who told me that.
Yeah, man, but you funny as shit, man. We on World Famous, man. But nah, so, let's just start like, when did you become a creative? Was it when you first went to the Art Institute? Was it before that? Did Max B start this shit?
Always been a creative. Shout out to Bigger Val, Free Bigger Val. Always been a creative. When I was in kindergarten, they told me, we had to write a question there. They said, what's your favorite color? And I put clear. I knew it. My mom was like, you put clear?
Why?
It's different.
Well, I don't know. That's how I felt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then the second question I asked her, I was like, where do flies live?
Where do flyers live?
Flies, the bug. I was like, where do they live? And the teacher said, I don't know. I was like, man, I'm out here on my own.
How old were you?
Like 5.
So you quit school at 5 years old?
Quit school at 5. Also, the last time I lost a fight when I was 3.
This guy's crazy.
No, but I've been a creative all my life. Film. When did I get into film? I mean, I always wanted to get into film. When I was young, I wanted to act, but I just didn't have any resources. Being as though, what are we gonna do? But yeah, I mean, I jumped in the creative field through music, like a lot of people. So I used to manage a rapper named Ryan Bones for some years in high school, like on the young boy level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just put money up for the tapes. We split a couple dollars, sell 80 CDs, split the money. And my man Z Rich used to help us like do the photo shoots and record, and my man Jose used to record us, but after that, I started managing another rapper for a longer time period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I went to Art Institute, for fashion marketing.
Okay.
But I didn't finish. You know what I'm saying?
What made you pick that institution over a regular like HBCU or a PWI pursuing your dreams?
Man, I just need to keep it funky. I just need to I just want to get out the neighborhood.
So you was born in York, right? York, PA. Yeah.
York Hospital, same hospital as Tupac Shakur.
So give us a background on York, PA, and what it's like out there. Is it creative?
York is very, really urban. A lot of people think that it's not because it's small and in the cut, but it's just heavy black population, heavy Spanish population. It falls victim to a lot of the, the street stuff. But it is what it is. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
So what made you were your friends growing up? Were they all creatives? Like, were they talking about film and rap and fashion, or, where did that influence come from?
Nah, most everybody I know is in the street. So
at a young age, right?
At a young age to the day.
Right.
But my brother, you know what I'm saying, always been in the movies, always been a creative, so that's the only influence I needed, really.
So would you call like your brother the only influence that came out of York, PA with the creativity?
Nah, he's just the only influence that mattered to me.
Okay.
But nah, there's plenty of, everybody. There's mad nice rappers.
Right.
Mad nice rappers. My man Z Rich.
Okay.
He's one of the best, but he don't live there no more. But when he started there, he did all the music in my movie.
Okay. So would you say, so you started in York, PA, would you say that when you got to Philly is when you took it to a whole new level with the creativity and like jumping out the window and certain things? Like,
I mean,
did you always have a job like before you jumped into the film?
well, to answer your first question, technically, when I got to Philly, I didn't have any resources because I was still a kid. So I moved to Philly when I was 19.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I ain't really had much money to do much anything else. I had a couple jobs here and there. I never really had like a full-time job.
Right.
I think I had like 28 jobs in my life
Okay.
on paper.
All right. That's crazy.
But I probably only had one. I had one job that lasted over 6 months, but it didn't last a year.
Okay.
I got fired like on like my 11th month. Worked at Amtrak.
Damn.
But I was suspended for like 2 months before that. So
Okay. Wait, from high school or from
from
Dart Inst-
from Amtrak. I'm saying you asked me about jobs.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. So
Yeah.
you got suspended. So if you
It was a union.
okay,
So to get fired, it was really hard. So they had to really go through all sorts of processes. Like, cause they were like, you could just quit, or you make us go through the process. I'm like, we're going through the process.
right,
You know
and then they
what I mean?
fired the shit out you.
Yeah, I got all sorts of letters from FedEx. I'm refusing. They're like, you have to sign the papers. I'm like, I'm not signing it. You gotta fire me the hard way.
Damn.
Yeah.
So all right. So at what age were you hired at Amtrak? Cause you got the 19. You got the 19.
Oh,
Philly
that
got
was. Amtrak. I was like 24.
24 years old.
Yeah.
So was that your last job before you jumped into entrepreneurship as a creative?
No, my last job, like flat out,
Mm-hmm.
I worked at a home for displaced men back in like 2016
Mm-hmm.
for like 5 months. I had got fired. It was a whole
I was in
thing.
Germantown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're not gonna shout them out. So
Nah. Yeah. Fuck them, man. We don't really support traditional 9 to 5s on world famous radio.
I'm
you
not non-supportive of it.
I am.
It just
We
wasn't-
are.
It just wasn't my
Yeah.
plight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I always, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been creative my whole life, man. I always found other ways to do it, and I like to point out, I always found legal ways to do it
Right.
because it's easy to get it a certain way, but it's harder to get it when you get it honest. It's gonna come slow.
Right.
Pause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So after working with these fellas and you quit your job, did you automatically want to go into film?
Nah. Well,
What was the next step after that?
if we backtrack it, like high school, like I said with the music, me and my man Ryan, we put out like a dope tape, and I had already got kicked. Like, I got kicked out of school, or whatever, high school,
Right.
a few times, whatever. So I didn't finish from a traditional school, but my man still went to school. So after school, I'll come with the tapes. He'll have the tapes. He was selling them in school. I was selling them outside. I would show up at 3, and we was recording like that. I mean, we was moving like that, like real super independent. I watched my man Z Rich do it hand in hand with his tapes, and I was with him the whole time, so like I knew how to do it.
Mm.
But then when I went to the Art Institute, 2007, I was just, I was just winging it for real, for like a year, and then I started managing another artist from York.
Why you laugh?
You're a classic. Yeah. No, I started managing another artist, but he was like more serious about it, and he was real talented or whatever, so it was easy to do.
Right.
So we just started moving heavy. You know what I mean? We started moving heavy. You know what I mean? So.
Were you working in film at this point at all? Like even
Oh nah, film.
dabbling
Yo,
at all?
nah, I absolutely didn't jump into film until like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it was all music.
Mm.
It was all music and whatever else, like little odd jobs on the side. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna act like I lived off music because I worked in that situation with that artist, but I never made a dollar from it.
There's not much money in it.
Yeah.
Nah, there's money to be made if you can get to that point.
Yeah.
But until that point where you get over the hump, you're really just investing.
Yeah.
So I never made a dollar with any artist that I work with.
Did you ever have any like big meetings at all with any labels?
Yeah, I mean, I got him to Rock Nation and stuff like that, and we had a situation with somebody from Family Tree Entertainment reaching out at one point that they were working with CeeLo. It all fell through Rock Nation, but I still got relationships in the building, so like I premiered my movie up at Rock Nation for some people at Tidal.
Right.
That's amazing.
Lenny S and stuff, yeah. So I was trying to figure out a situation when I took my movie up there. It didn't work out, but it still worked for the better. I had no stats, so I had no leverage really. It's just either we'll give you a shot. I mean, they were, they're asking me what would the budget be to do more or to buy my product, or because I had an idea like, okay, we can turn this film into a miniseries, an 8-part miniseries or something. They were like, how much, blah blah. and then you're scared to give a number because you don't want to say too much,
Yeah.
but then you don't want to sell yourself short either. It's like I'll
Right.
do it for free. I don't care.
Yeah,
You know
can
what I
tell
mean?
them a number where you're like, I don't
Yeah,
know. And then
I'm like-
they say yeah immediately. and
That's
you're
it. So
like,
I just told him cost, like what it costs for production, and I threw in like 2 bands
yeah.
for my troubles. But
So what the process before you started, like when it became an idea, what was that like? You know what I mean?
to do the film,
To do the film, God bless
Alright,
you. Yeah.
So fast forward, I didn't want to work in music no more. Not in management. It's a thankless position. When things go right, it's not your fault. When things go wrong, it's all your fault. And that's cool for some people. It just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? So I parted from that situation, and then I I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I'm like, hey, what should I do? You know what I mean? And at the time, I had started getting into some other, like, I was investing money into other things on the side, and my side projects became priority. So I quit my job. Well, I had planned to quit my job on Wednesday. They fired me on that Monday.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember the email I sent all that?
Yeah. You sent it back to the boss, right?
Yeah, I sent the whole company. I only exposed a certain demographic from that employee, that spot. I sent it to the CEO and everybody because they try to fire me. You try to take food out of my mouth. I'm sending that energy back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But none of that, bros. But I talked to my brother. I'm like, yo, we should just shoot this movie because I had already wanted to shoot a movie with my artist.
Did you have this idea before you came back to Cuba or before you went to Cuba?
This before that.
All right.
This before that. We can get to that, but when because by the time I got there, I was like, yo, I wish we could film here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I had not wrote a script yet. But I had wanted to do a movie with my artist. I'm like, yo, we could do a movie with the artist. I'm like, so I told my artist, I'm like, yo, we could do a movie with you. We could use your artist name as your character name, so we're keeping the branding in one sphere, so people don't get confused. I'm like, I had a clothing line I was starting. I'm like, you wear all the clothes, we wear all the clothes. All the music in the movie is yours. Then I'm like, for the clothing website, you do the modeling. So it all comes full circle. I was being real ambitious. It may or may not work, but it was designed to just keep the focus on him. Because a lot of times artists think it has to be the music that makes them pop. But it's like anything can make you pop as long as it's something ethical that's not gonna make you look bad.
Right.
You could always parlay it back to the music.
Right.
You know? So either way that fell through. So I had the resources to make a film. I spoke to my brother. He's like, well, let's do it. You know, because he's always wanted to direct anyway. So I just started writing the script. Never did it before in my life, but I just did it. And then I called Julito and was like, yo, Julito McCallum, he's like the main character in the movie.
Right. What movies have you been in, just to let everybody know? What
he's famous.
projects?
Well, he's most known for The Wire.
Okay.
He played Naaman Bryce in The Wire a couple seasons. And then he did A Kill in the Bee. And then The Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. He was, what else did he do? A lot of people know him from being in the Ludacris Mary J. Blige video.
Right.
Runaway Girl. You know what I mean? But he's been working, his whole life. Worked with Spike Lee, a lot of people. So I hit him up on Instagram randomly. And I just told him, like, yo, I want to do a film, but I'm not really sure how to go about it. Can we work out the business to where you could produce it with me?
Right.
Like, I executive produced it, but I there's also the role of like producer, traditional producer. So I'm like, yo, let be a producer. And he was with it. We worked the business out. He was with it, and then we kind of hit the ground running. I had a little situation in between that time, and I had to get like a little surgery on my foot, so it put me out the game. But during that time, I wrote the script in like 10 days, and then we got to work. We casted it, put everything together in like a month, and then we filmed it.
So to give everybody a background on what God Bless You, what is the film really about?
Yeah, God Bless You, the movie out now on YouTube. Play Lotto Studios, that's my company. That's the first thing I should have said, by the way.
Yeah.
Play Lotto Studios.
One time for your brother, man, Eli too.
Film at a high level. Shout out Josiah DonMartin. Got to say both names so they know it when they Google it.
Y'all brothers.
Yeah, it's my blood. That's my actual blood brothers.
Y'all both Venezuelan, right? Y'all both speak Spanish, right?
No.
Only you speak Spanish.
Nah, I do okay. My pop speaks Spanish. But anyway, I speak French.
Really?
Nah.
Oh.
Yeah. and he has a business degree.
Yeah.
People wouldn't realize that, man.
Master's in business, but
You're from what school?
I don't even bring it up. Eastern University.
Yeah.
But shout out to Cheney.
Guy's
That's where
really
I got my
smart.
underground.
So keep going.
Yeah. I be forgetting to even talk about the degrees because like
Yeah, so you got a
Remember we was looking
bachelor's
for that
and shit.
job that one time.
We both was there, broke, walking around.
We was
Yeah,
walking around Center City, Philly.
baggy ass suits and shit.
Yeah, I didn't even have a suit at the time.
Yeah, I had on them baggy sweatpants. Baggy dress pants. Walking past Rittenhouse Park.
Right, and I was.
That's around the time when Dizzle was still when Wack was still Dizzle, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Sierra Wack before she became Wack. Yeah.
So she had a different name.
Yeah, it was Dizzle
I didn't
Diz
know
at
that.
first.
I
Yeah,
didn't
then
know
it
that.
became Wack. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, we was so hot and sweaty walking around downtown.
Yeah.
What's the hotel we went to the interview at? We was about to Lowe's.
I don't know, bro.
It was some interviews. People lined up around the block. I said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I said, I'm out.
Yeah, we worked. Yeah, I forgot about those memories, bro.
I said,
We
I'm
was
out.
fucked up.
I'm out.
Yeah.
We was on the bus. We went to go look for the job. They was like, I was just doing open interviews. I went. I seen that line. I said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then he got an on-the-spot interview at Chipotle. No, it was at
It
Qdoba.
was at Qdoba.
It was at Qdoba,
but I was hot up.
But yeah, when she asked him,
Yeah.
he was like, I always want to work at Chipotle. Yeah, she said, this is not Chipotle.
This is not Chipotle. I was
It
like,
was
oh, it's
over.
not.
It
And
was over.
He just kicked me. I do remember that.
That was the same day.
Wow.
Those was dope. You know what's crazy when you think about it, bro? Them times weren't as stressful as you really thought they were. But at that
right.
time, you thought they was like really stressful.
Yeah,
but now
well,
you look back
I
at
had
it.
a kid. It was stressful.
I didn't have a kid yet. Yeah.
It actually was stressful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah. Shout out to my son Isaiah,
Yeah.
the GOAT. But what'd you ask me? I'm sorry. Oh, so Play Lotto Studios. God bless you. The movie. I'm sorry. I got caught in the loop.
Yeah.
When I started the movie, I told my brother, I said, yo, the first movie we got to do, it got to be something serious. I refuse to do anything like super like stereotypical like street, paid in full part 6, state property part 10, because that's what they expect from us, and it's regular. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, you know what I mean? It's like telling a girl you're gonna cook and you make fettuccine Alfredo. Like, come on, let's in the big old witch's brew, Caldera or whatever. But I'm like, yo, let's make something serious. I'm like, yo, if we try to do something street, I don't even want to put that out there. I'm not going to use my resources to put that image on us.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want to do nothing funny because it's not going to stick. Here today, going tomorrow. It's a microwave era. Like, if we do something serious, though, that we can evoke emotions, it'll stick, it'll stay, and it'll promote conversation.
Right.
So I did a story about a girl who was being violated by her sister's boyfriend and her other brother who has not been home for some years. He actually was in jail, and he came home to find out what's been going on. And my only regret with the storyline is that he was coming from jail. I should have never had him coming from jail. I should have just had him coming.
At the time, you thought it was a good idea, though?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wrote it, but
Right.
but I shouldn't. And I say I wrote it, but my brother and Julito both contributed to the script also.
Did you?
I just
and-
wrote the initial like storyline and stuff.
So in the beginning, did anybody have like a different attitude toward him coming from jail? Or y'all was all with that idea?
No, everybody was with it, but I just thought that it just wasn't even creative. Like, I should have had him coming from we didn't know where. Maybe even the service.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah,
I
something
don't know
like that.
I don't know if I want to promote that either.
Yeah.
But we should just have him come from somewhere that we didn't speak, but just not come from jail. It was just like, ugh.
Right.
But you live and you learn, whatever. But so he comes home, he sees this new situation. Like, he finds out his sister's been violated by his older sister's boyfriend, and then he's dealt with the conflict of how do I deal with it, because he's probably not gonna call the cops. So what's next?
That's when they killed the guy.
Does he get killed?
You gotta watch the film, America. I don't know. It's like now.
Yeah. So I mean,
It's like now. It's like now, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry
then we
about that.
put it out
Spoiler
February.
alert.
Yeah, well, it's not a spoiler because he didn't get killed. But
Yeah.
or
Oh no,
did
he didn't kill
Or
the
did
guy.
Or
Or
did
did
he?
he?
You gotta watch to find out.
Now they're
We'll find out
confused.
episode 4 when he comes back.
Yeah. Nah, but and then that was what's last year, 2019. So we filmed it April 2018.
Right.
Took 3 days.
To film the whole. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
We did 3 12-hour days. We were able to get a dope cast together. Julito used he had some relationships already.
Right.
So we got Andrea, Rochelle Walker.
What has she been in?
She's most known for being in Power and also the Deuce on Showtime.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that show. Yeah.
I actually never. I watched some of her scenes because I was about to work with her, but I didn't really get into the show.
It's a really
Right. It's a good show. Yeah.
And then she was Tyreek's girlfriend on Power.
Right.
And then we had Giviot Joseph. He also was on Power this season when Ghost was in jail.
Right.
The boy that they hung up with the belt.
What? Oh yeah.
That
Damn.
he broke his hand, Biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on the cover of a Zane book too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, for real? I forget which
That's
one.
crazy.
And then we had a newcomer, or Brittany. I don't want to call her a newcomer because I was new, but her name was Brittany Chance, and she was in Money and Violence. Pardon me.
This what I want. You got any questions? This what I want to know. So you pay for this 100% out of your own pocket. No bank money, no
Every
hard
dime.
money, no. You didn't raise any
Every
money.
dime, yeah.
I don't want to ask what the budget was, but what I want to know is, can you speak on for new film directors, creators, people who want to get into the film and do exactly what you want to do? Because what y'all at, like almost 3 million views, right?
Yeah, we had like 2.5 million.
And that's totally independent, right?
Totally independent, 100% organic.
100% black owned business, black owned film studio, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are like in direct competition with Tyler Perry for technically speaking.
We're in competition with everybody that's producing films.
Okay.
But if we're put into a space based on our
Ethnicity.
our demographic, then
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So speak on that, man. Like, what does that really take? You know, did you have to save money up to start this film? Was it like what sacrifices came with that as a creator? You know
I mean,
what
I didn't specifically save money to make the movie, but I saved money to be able to quit my job.
Okay.
You know, and you don't even have to have like some huge, grand genius hustle to save money. You just really gotta figure out what is the minimum you can live with, and then move forward that way. Because the same way you can nickel and dime yourself broke, you can nickel and dime yourself to some paper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that little $5, $6 that we spending on everything. We all got bad habits, whether it's gambling, OnlyFans.
No, I don't go on OnlyFans. That's not true, y'all. I don't. Where's the cameras at? That's not true, y'all.
Nah, but
that's not true. I've never in my life been on OnlyFans.
Nah, and
yo, I swear to God, like, yo.
So my thing is the importance of paying for it yourself
crazy,
is
yo.
if you know, he who owns the gold runs the land, and that's not to say I move as a dictator, because when I do my scripts or I do anything, I send it to my brother first.
Okay.
You know, his opinion is as valid as mine, whether or not, you know, financial contribution is not the only factor.
Right.
But because it's my company and it's my name and I'm the one filing tax, everything, I do everything 100% me. So therefore, I do maintain control. Because if I ever attach business to it, then, you know, it's all coming back this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not against partners, but I'm real specific about if I'm going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not against it.
What makes you so specific about that?
Honestly speaking, doing business with friends in the past,
Right.
it sours. It sours very quickly.
Okay.
If you know, and it's not even always just a money thing, but it's just like, even if the problem doesn't exist because of money, it'll still get in the way of making money.
Can you speak on homeboy business versus legitimate business?
Homeboy business, when you do business with your friend in any other manner than you wouldn't do if it was not your friend. So, you know what I mean? If me and you do something and we're friends outside of this, if anything we do off a handshake, that's homeboy business. Really, that's it.
Right.
You know, when I did my movie, everybody signed a contract. From my brother down to everybody. And my brother, I trust with my life, but the point is it's just business.
Right.
You know, and the point I did is, you sign here, this says what you get, so you can never come back in the future to say you're owed anything.
Right.
Because you were paid, there's a receipt for your payment. Also, it states, you know, who maintains creative control and things of that nature. And all sorts of little specifics, you know what I mean? My lawyer put together some good paperwork for me. Erica Clark, she's Philadelphia-based. She's really good at working with
Shout out
creatives.
Erica Clark.
Yeah, shout out to you. It's like, what was I gonna say? You said
Like what go like? Let me ask you a question. So, do you with the whole film thing? The most important part, would you say, is business or creativity? Because the film is great. I've seen the
depends what
film
you want out
multiple
of it.
times. Right.
Appreciate it. It depends what you want out of it. I mean, if you're literally just doing this as a hobby, as a means to just express yourself,
Right.
then you really don't need any business at all. You know, honestly, if you're cool just throwing money around, like for instance, let's say you're the cameraman and you're gonna edit it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my paperwork is gonna say your job position, your compensation, and on top of that, it's gonna say maybe you have to produce 5 edits before we go back and rework more money. Or maybe it's gonna say at the end of each day, I need to get all my footage. You know, I encourage people to get their footage at the end of every day, whether it's a photo shoot, film, music, anything. I don't leave without my footage. I don't leave. I went through college 6 years and I never had to retype a paper. I'm not reshooting no film. You dig?
Mhm.
You dig? Like, it's over for that. But yeah, the paperwork. I mean, but I mean, there's nuances with that too. Cause well, I don't even want to say that. But I was gonna say something else. But yeah, just make sure the paperwork, whatever you think is fair for you and the other individual, put in the paperwork. And if it doesn't, it's not what you both agree on, then just go back and forth and figure it out to make it work. If it can work,
Right.
don't force it.
Did you ever have any moments where you had like creative block with the film, or was it just like a straight shot flow right out?
When I was writing it, I wrote the first scene and the last scene first.
Okay.
Then I filled out the middle.
So it wasn't just like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing when it came about.
Nah, I knew the first scene,
Right.
and then I had like the last scene. I got like 10 scripts I'm working on now. I did them kind of the same way. Some of them the same way.
That's how I edit music videos.
Yeah.
You started first. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I ain't know you do music videos.
Yeah.
I know a lot of rappers. Actually, my man Young Stack just hit me. He needs a video done.
Yeah, Riley's all that, man.
I got a huge network besides myself of just other videographers too.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that's my background. I started videography, then went into management,
Yeah,
and now
okay.
I'm both.
All right. Well, yeah, I probably worked on like 60 videos.
Yeah, it's
Full of
really- I remember shooting videos in the fucking cold, bro, at Manhattan that one time.
Hey,
Yo,
man,
that's the funny thing is I was trying to get hired at Whole Foods. Remember we was in Manhattan, right?
we were
We
there.
were shooting some shit.
Oh, we shot the video with Young Stack.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
cold as shit
It
outside.
was very cold.
It's cold as it was
We was out
cold
there
as
till
shit.
like 3 a.m.
We shot from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. shooting one video.
And honestly speaking, it was probably before 10 a.m.
Yeah, we got there
Because
early.
we left
Yeah.
Cheney campus at like 2 a.m.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
New York is not that far. We got there we got to New York at like 5 or 6, dog.
Yeah, we shot all day.
We shot all day. No, we ended up shooting Ryan's video too at night.
Yeah, we did.
know what I'm
Yeah. That's
saying?
crazy.
Yeah.
It makes you think about the memories, bro. I forgot about that, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, I remember laying on the ground in Manhattan shooting videos, yo.
Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah.
In Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Shout out to Suge, man.
They don't know me as Sugar. If you really know my life, you know Sugar Man.
Shout out to
But they just know Big Dan. I done reinvented myself like
shout out to
Diddy.
Big Dan Real Estate.
Big Dan Real Estate sponsored this
Not
podcast.
Scalene.
Plain Lotto. I'm sorry.
Play
Plain
Lotto
Lotto.
Studios.
Google. I'm tripping. Sponsored this podcast. HBC for life in this podcast.
Shout out to Cheney, you Play Lotto
Nah,
Studios,
I don't shout out Cheney, bro.
juiceandjewelry.com, JojoCarabobo.com.
So let me ask you, how much time we got left? On my phone. How much time we got left?
I don't know. I don't have.
Oh,
a
then
phone.
I guess we're gonna go into
Over
whatever.
Run it.
So my question would be, bro, what's the biggest goals with this? Recently, I heard Dame Dash on Earn Your Leisure talking about how he wants to license a lot of his workout,
Yeah.
like the OG stories to
Yeah.
different channels and Netflix, and he owns all the cameras, and he even captured the Earn Your Leisure podcast with his cameras, and he was breaking down how years ago people weren't on what he was on, owning the equipment and shooting his videos, and since he had the shit with Hove, people try to write him off as crazy, but now
Yeah.
he owns his own studio, and you see how important it is to have digital content and a digital channel. He owns his own studio. How you feel about that? Is that the goal?
There's a couple moving parts to what you said. It's true. Production cost was a lot higher, like in the 90s, early 2000s, but the labels were still charging more to do the videos because they were the ones shooting it. So they could overcharge it, keep the change, still get over on the artist. You think it's your budget that the label's giving you, so it's all going back
Fucking
to
They're
your
just
pocket.
getting their budget back.
Right.
Yeah.
I do agree with digital content. Digital content is the best way to market yourself. If you post a picture, even dealing with the algorithms of social media, video content is going to go further. It's more engaging to people. It's going to get more shares. It's going to get more conversation. That's true. And if you control your content is king. You control your content, you control your destiny, Whether it's a physical studio where you're recording or it's not, just owning your content is so important. I went to a meeting with my lawyer one time, and they were discussing about how copyrights work with your script and stuff like that. For instance, if I write a script that's 90 pages and you write 3 sentences, if we don't have any agreement to state what your contribution is on paper, you own 50%.
Even if I put 3 sentences into
Doesn't
it,
matter.
Really?
that's a gem.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a gem.
Doesn't matter. You wrote 3 sentences. I wrote 90 pages. You own 50%. Unless we have paperwork that states,
I wrote 3 sentences.
Yeah,
Do you have to put exactly what the sentences were?
No. It just has to say you wrote, you contributed to the script and you were compensated XYZ, or you were no compensation. It just has to be something
that states. Yeah.
basically your
That's
contribution.
crazy.
Because otherwise, because it's important to paperwork too.
Right.
So Like, yeah, it's really important to know. Because you have to copyright your script. I mean, you don't have to, but you should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, ugly.
Nah, he's a good soul, man. God bless him.
I don't know him. Nah,
Shout out, Voda just came. He's probably gonna see this, so shout out, bro, yo.
Oh, you know him?
I don't get a mask on. I don't know anybody right now with a mask on, but
right.
he's coming in the rec right now, so he's probably a member here. I don't think he's ugly, but I didn't see him. But
the spirit was
when you
ugly.
watch this, bro, I apologize for my guess, but let's keep going.
The window got steamy. I didn't know what was happening. But no, it's just really important. Ownership is so important. So to the point where everything that I do it out of my pocket 100%. It's not because I'm a credit hog. It's because if I ever attach bigger business to it, it's coming back here. I have creative control. And I decide if I want to do with it. You know, it's important. If you're gonna put music in your movies, don't put popular music. Get an independent artist that actually knows the producer, so they can sign off on it.
They can actually license you.
They can actually license to you, or like, cause you'll put music that you don't even know, and then they get put on YouTube. Then it'll either get taken down or flagged or stripped, or you can't monetize it. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of working parts, but it's like you got to take the steps to move proper. You know, you can't just. You know, presentation is everything. Don't move so fast. You know what I mean? Like, the quality of my movie, I have certain things that I wanted to improve, but the quality is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's
really
part of
good,
the reason it was received. That, you know, we won best screenplay at the Hip Hop Film Festival last year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It's part of it's because of the quality.
Right.
You know, and our movie was 39 minutes. Everybody else was 15, 20 minutes. So
was it 39 minutes after editing? How was it long before editing? Was it?
It teetered between like around that time. I mean, it was 36 minutes, 3 minutes of credits, but it teetered because we didn't really have that much B-roll and stuff like that. It was like every scene was like necessary.
Right.
It's a learning experience because we should have shot it differently. But the new movie we just shot is called Pray to God. That's going to be out ASAP. That's going to mean written by me, executive produced by me.
Let's go, man. Jones.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Directed by my brother, Josiah DonMartin.
Who's in that? Who's going to be in that?
Alita McCollum.
Let's go.
Tika Green. Francisco Joseph and Kim David.
Can I be in the movie?
Yeah, you one of the few people. If you want to be in a movie, I'll write you in.
All right, yeah, let's
but
do it.
Most people don't ask.
All right, that's lit. I'm gonna be a movie star now, y'all. Yo, let me tell you something, bro.
I did not say you would be a star.
I'm already a star in a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm a star in real life. One day I'm gonna get a deal with Spotify, bro, like 50, 60 million. Cause I'm signed. You know, I'm signed to the label. So like, even though I own this, you know, we got to make sure I kick everything back to the label, man. You know, I did a blood deal. So.
Or you get so popular that you don't need Spotify.
So would I start my own platform? Like, world famous, right?
You already have your own platform. The only thing you got to do is whatever name you decide to run with, you trademark it so you own the name, and then make sure
make an app.
Make an app.
Yeah.
No, I said trademark your name.
No, I'm saying, but if I trademark my name and I own it. Like, how would the platform look? Would it be like a Spotify kind of app, or would it just
the platform's whatever medium you decide to do? Whether it's YouTube, you know, SoundCloud, whatever. That's your choice. But the point is like the brand, because then you own the brand and you sell the merch.
So, do you think Joe Buttons needs Spotify?
No, absolutely not.
What you think?
I don't think so, and that's why you left.
Yeah, nobody needs anything. At the end of the day, that's like somebody saying me like, your stuff gonna be on Netflix, and it's like, I mean, yeah, if the business is correct, I'll do it. But I mean. I have not been on it thus far. My lights are still on.
Can you speak on what that exactly looks like for people who want to get on Netflix? Like, what does that business look like?
I mean, Netflix, Hulu, they're curated lists, meaning you can't just put your stuff on it. Stuff like Amazon Prime, you can put your stuff on it on your own. And a lot of people do it for the look, but to me, it's not the best choice. That's just to me, because they're not going to put any marketing behind it, so it's going to sit there idle, run 10,000 other titles. And then you could have just put on YouTube. You could have monetized it for the same amount of money or more, and at least you got like your view count. And then it's like a better way. There's comments. It's easier to share it. Everybody has YouTube. Everybody doesn't have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, YouTube's the biggest platform there is.
So do you think YouTube is definitely in the future, right? Would you say so?
YouTube's been here since what?
It's
05?
Is Leor still over at? Is Leor Cohen still over at YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube
Music. Though.
Yeah. I mean, he was. I don't know if he still is, but yeah.
Yeah.
But they, you know, they
That's
paying
crazy.
people to beef over there.
At YouTube.
That's what Cam said. Said they couldn't even check make the beef song with against Mace. They paying black.
The way hip hop is nowadays, bro. Even with the 6ix9ine shit, bro.
They were just trying to pay
crazy.
Little Dirt to beef with 6ix9ine.
Dirk on the streets. Yeah, we won't speak on 6ix9ine, man.
Make that part
God bless those guys.
Won't even say
Trying
that.
to think, man. Do we have any other questions
Pray
about
to-
like the film?
Well, my new movie, like I said, Pray to God's coming out. It's something like you've never seen before. You know, I'm really proud of it. Again, I told people that worked with it, I'm like, this is different. And I'm like, the reason we're doing something like this is because when we do this and we execute it properly, they can't put us in a box. You know, they can't put us in a creative box. One of my actors, he's like, you know, I usually get street roles. I'm like, that's why you do this role. And when you kill it, which he did, they're not going to be able to box you in because now you show range. You know what I mean? If you keep shooting from the key, that's the only time you're going to get the ball. So you could, you know what I mean? You could lay up too.
So is your goal to be like,
And I don't watch
like
sports.
the second like the second coming of Spike Lee?
Nah.
Like the second, like who else is really big in film? Like Tyler Perry. Like, do you want to own your
We
own
just
film?
us because, you know why?
Everything.
I shout out to all them, but they not. We Section 8 babies, man. We from the
Oh
block.
yeah,
They're not like
Spike Lee from
Say
the
that.
block though.
Come on, man. He don't rock his,
Spike
he
Lee
don't
grew
rock
up,
his
yo.
kicks rock.
When they were having riots in New York City, Spike Lee captured all that stuff. Man, he's born in the ghetto.
That could be true. I don't know.
That is the truth.
I don't invest
Yeah.
that
Who-
much.
that's
into
the
it.
truth.
Who are your film
That's the truth.
inspirations?
Yeah.
Filming, as far as creators, man, I don't even like shouting some of these dudes out because I don't really know what they say when they get home.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I do like some of my favorite movies. I just watched Uncle Buck like twice this week. I used to watch Mad John Candy movies.
One time for Jerry Seinfeld, by the way. This guy's the biggest Seinfeld fan.
Yeah, my whole
people
I
don't
bathroom.
know.
love Seinfeld.
I
too.
got Seinfeld all through my bathroom.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this is the only guy I know from the hood that watches Seinfeld, bro.
Seinfeld's fire, man. And
Yeah,
Curb Your
it's
Enthusiasm.
from the
too.
real hood, not the rap hood,
which
the
do you
real
like
hood.
better?
Like,
I think I like Curb better.
What, Curb?
Yeah.
Curb actually probably is better because they curse.
yeah.
They curse, and I think he learned
Yeah.
from Seinfeld. He already did
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
he
He,
just doesn't
already knew
care.
what to do.
Yeah. I like My
It was
Name is
amazing.
Earl. That's like my favorite show.
Between
My
Larry-
name is
That's
Earl.
my
I haven't
favorite
seen that
show,
in
bro. I love
forever.
that show, bro.
Between Larry and like Ted Danson and yeah, that show's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I won't get them too much light on this. Pray to God coming soon.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just really important, I think, to whatever you're doing business wise. If you're able to keep everything personally financed, do it by yourself
Right.
or with a partner that you trust. I mean, I'll go through a bank. I don't know, but
I heard
it
that the guys who did The Matrix spent like $2 million.
that
And they,
could be
on
true.
one scene.
But-
That's what Kev told me. Shout out Kev Kilken. He
I
told me
forget
that.
the brothers,
Yeah, the brothers
but
spent
they
money.
also in litigation that they supposedly stole the idea from a black woman. I
Really?
forget her name.
Wow.
She had a script called The Eye that was supposed to be based on. She allegedly wrote The Terminator and The Matrix because if you pay attention to The Terminator, it actually is what The Matrix would become if they didn't really save the world, right? And she,
I never look at it like that.
the Wachowski brothers.
Are you
So-
serious?
Yeah. So she sued them.
Wow.
She sued them. She sent scripts in the '80s. She sent scripts to Fox and a couple other studios. It was called The Eye and a couple other ones, but it was the Matrix franchise and it was the Terminator franchise.
Wow.
I never realized
She
that.
was suing
That's
for like
crazy.
she was suing for like $500 million. I don't think she won because what resources did she have to win?
Right.
But she was saying like, don't you pay attention? Like she was like, the Matrix is supposed to be the beginning to the Terminator because the Terminator, they're trying to stop in the Terminator. The future that they're trying to prevent is what the Matrix is because the robots run the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So
In the Matrix, they're trying to stop that.
well, they're kind of already there, but they're trying to they don't know it though
Right.
because they're plugged in. But yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I never realized that, yo.
Google it. Do you
Yeah.
Google-
Film is so crazy.
It is,
I never
man.
knew all Disney movies were connected until
Yeah.
like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but
yo.
you know,
Yeah.
for film, I'll say like I like Pulp Fiction a lot.
So
Yeah.
Tarantino.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino's my guy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
just
Yeah.
don't like showing people out.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't know what they say. When
Yeah,
they go
you
home.
never know.
Quick question. Who was your favorite music video director? You know what I mean? Because I know they all. I'm big, one time for Spike Jordan and Kid Art. I fuck with those guys.
I don't really have any favorite. I mean,
Kid Art is killing it though.
the videos I really like was back in the day, probably like them little X joints and them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, shout out to Jim Jones directing all them Dipset videos.
That's real rap.
Yeah. And like, I mean, we used to do, like I said, we did so many videos, like we kind of learned the film. And the most important thing I took from doing the music was I learned marketing so much. So that whole little 10-year period, I'm working with an artist. I'm learning. I didn't even know it. I'm learning social media marketing. I'm learning brand building.
Right.
I'm learning just so many ways, but so many things about advertisement, organic advertisement at that.
Right.
You know, like what time is the best time to send your links out? What's the best type of screenshot when you post your video?
Right.
You know,
Right.
vi-
Right.
The thumbnail
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah.
Video shot during the day get more views than videos that are all at night.
Really.
Yeah, like
That's crazy.
from my experience,
Yeah.
you know, it's just what engages people's minds
Right.
that they don't even know.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
That's great. Wait, what time is it, Bree?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. All right. Last question, man. Can we speak on the marketing money and how deep that goes into the film? Because like I know you guys had $2 million, but it took some time to get there and get behind that, right?
Yeah.
How important is marketing money when it comes to film for these new guys that's coming up?
I'll give some jewelry real quick.
All right.
When you're doing your budget, there's not really too much money that needs to be allocated for pre-production. That's everything leading up to the first day. During production, that's when you're filming.
Right.
Post-production is after you're filming, editing, music, mixing the sounds, all that stuff, and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the most important thing about the film, I would say, is sound and then video quality. But outside of that, I would say is marketing. If you're planning on really getting it seen. So what I did was, I made it a big deal. Like a lot of people are too proud to promote, or they're too bashful. Like I don't mean, to me it's like you have a product, rep it. I'll be at the toll booth. Yo, you bored? I got a movie out. God bless you, movie out now on YouTube. I tell everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wear shirts. I tell everybody about it. I'll probably get a tattoo.
On your face?
Stop. I'm handsome.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was able to afford this movie because I'm handsome.
So how much money have you guys made for the movie? And you don't got to give a price. You don't got to give a doubt. One time for Will Tom's in the building, y'all. We can't see him, but he got a mask on.
There's absolutely,
yeah.
There's absolutely no way I'm going to talk about how much money I made. But I will say this.
Right.
The marketing, so I did a lot of social media marketing.
So like $1 million? All right. He's not going to talk on it, y'all.
This guy's out of control. This guy's out of control. I rollerblade. I don't even have a car.
Oh, no, but that's crazy.
And that's not to knock anybody who doesn't have a car, so I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, Instagram marketing, social media marketing, Facebook, Twitter, all that's very important. I'll give one tip. A lot of people tend to put a lot of money into their trailer prior to the release, but it's easier to get people to click and watch it when it's out than to get people to return back and watch it once it comes out. So put out your trailer, let it do what it does organically. Put a couple dollars into it if you want.
What's a couple dollars? What, like maybe 50 behind the marketing on Instagram?
5% of your budget, not even.
Okay.
3%.
Across the board for marketing.
Whatever your marketing is to actually promote the film, put like 2 or 3% of that into the trailer before it comes out. Not much at all. Because once it comes out, that's when you really get your issues. Put it out and then you bomb on everything. Right. And then you find your niche, you find your demographic. It's the same thing. You find your demographic, you find the psychodemographics of the people that you want to present it to. Right. Because you want to say the movie's for everybody, but technically it's not for everybody. Even bottled water isn't for everybody because everybody doesn't buy it.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's this movie for? Okay, this age group, this rate. Okay, this people that have this lifestyle, people that like this type of music. You know what I'm saying? And then you exploit it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what you do. But then I was able to get. I don't want to give too many Jews about how I marketed it. But it worked.
Right.
2.2 million views.
Which platform was the best for movies for you?
For marketing?
In your experience.
Outside of the YouTube itself.
Yeah, besides like directly on YouTube.
Yeah, because I didn't do any YouTube marketing, which you can do.
Yeah, the AdWords.
Yeah, but my movie had like violence and cursing, so they didn't even let it do it. Right. And my screenshot is like has blood, has a graphic image, so they didn't let it rock.
The shocking content, they won't let you.
Yeah, I would say for me, the best one was Instagram, but I would still have my faith that Facebook is the best because if you can catch a wave on Facebook, the conversation's going to keep going. You'll have 60,000 comments under a post, and it keeps going back to the top of somebody's post because people keep talking on it. Yeah. And they keep talking on it, and they keep talking on it. You know what I'm saying? And I did the same thing. The marketing is so imperative that if you're not, it's like, do your research, do your Googles, learn the marketing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then on top of that, if your content is correct, if your content can evoke conversation, then you could do things like speaking engagements, which I do. I had some screenings, private screenings. I've done both. COVID to cancel some other joints that I had.
Yeah, fuck COVID, man.
It's ain't now. But no good. COVID's no good, man. I just got back from LA. I was paranoid. I'm like, ugh.
Me too. I was in Atlanta paranoid. I was in Atlanta a few weeks ago,
Yeah, I played the cut. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yo, LA is scary right now because none of them care. And they're
living very regular. They're living regular. I stayed in the Porsche all weekend. I ain't get out the car.
You stayed in the what, y'all?
You see how I tried to do that?
Said you stayed on the Porsche? And he got the Porsche money from where? From God Bless You, right?
It was a rental from
yeah.
Blur that because I'm not advertising for them.
Listen, man, we got to wrap up, man. My last question is, well, not my last question, but I just want you to confirm for all the young film directors and makers out there that it is definitely, because you're the only person I've ever met that I know that can produce money from YouTube off his film. So just verify for these young guys that that's definitely possible. And if you can speak on how many views you have to get to make a certain amount of money on YouTube.
Okay, I'll say that.
Yeah.
If you're doing it expecting to make money on YouTube, don't do it.
Okay.
Because you're only gonna make $1,000 to $2,000 per. For every million views you get, you're gonna make about $1,000 to $2,000.
Okay.
So you're not gonna make no money on YouTube.
Right.
The key with making money on YouTube is to have a lot of content and subscribers. So if you're putting out 10 videos, if you put out 4 videos a week and every video gets 500,000,
right,
you're gonna make some money.
Right.
You know
Just
what I'm saying?
running nonstop ads throughout them.
Exactly. And you have to really put out a lot of content out of you. So don't do it expecting money from YouTube.
right.
Like I don't even think about that direct deposit. Like it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
That's like
sure.
That's
not-
extra.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
extra.
that's not even your weed budget for the day.
Well, I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. Where the cameras at?
Pardon me.
I don't smoke weed.
No,
Yeah.
but seriously, the best
Not
ways to
me.
make the money. I'll say this real quick, because a lot of people are saying, "Yo, when you put out your movie, you should charge to watch it," because people are so money hungry that they're. If I could have charged 10 cents to watch it. I'd have 1,000 views if I'm lucky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
People are not gonna spend money. Like they're not gonna put their card info and log in and do all that.
Just for yeah.
Give
that's
it away
true,
for
yeah.
free. Get your money back in merch,
Right.
public appearances, and if you're smart, you can leverage your own whatever you did, whatever your contribution was to the film. You can leverage that into doing work with other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And on the side, have some investments or something on the side. I mean, it's easier said than done. Or work a job.
Yeah.
I'm not above that.
Or sell drugs.
Never. I'm never gonna promote selling drugs.
Okay. Well, nah. Nah.
I'm never gonna promote anything that puts a black man in jail. But if I'd have had to work at a grocery store, third shift, and then during the day film my movie, I would have did it because I've done it.
Yo, before you know what's crazy? Something just hit me. So I have like a bad habit of like saying fuck a job and just quitting that shit.
Me too.
And
Yeah,
I
I've done
got
it.
that shit from you.
Yeah, I've done it.
Nah, think about
No,
it.
I've done
Just
it.
walking
Yeah,
in one
just
day.
walking in, I'm
outta
done with
here.
this
I worked
shit.
at Nike. I'm texting my man Ryan. I said, man, I'm out. I
Yeah.
just walked out. They never even called me to see if I was all right. You know what I'm saying? I was
They're
there.
not going
I'm
to.
out. I
Yeah.
done worked at funeral homes, Home Depot. I called my man Sky like, yo, come get me on my lunch break. I'm quitting. I quit. Nigga ain't show up. I had to walk home miles. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
I quit a lot of jobs. I've been fired from a lot of jobs. I'm not. That's not just. It's not me. It's probably not. It's not you.
Nah, it's not me. I
But at the
actually
same
do have
time-
a something going on, but nah, it's not for me. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'd rather make 50 for myself than go to work and make 100. But
Right.
that's just
Yeah.
me. Cause I'd rather be broke than crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy, man. Well, listen, y'all, we appreciate you coming through. We love you, man. Jones DonMartin. That's
Just-
it's
Josiah
not Jones.
DonMartin.
I call him Jones. Y'all. This is really my real friend.
Yeah,
He calls me
If they
Suge.
know me, they call me Super Jones. If she knows me, she call me Handsome.
Where can they find you at across the internet, bro?
Instagram at unemployed. That's unemployed with 2 Y's. At unemployed on Instagram.
And we got the new film coming out. When is it supposed to drop?
Pray to God coming soon. I don't want to give no date. Shout out Elijah DonMartin. At Elijah Don. Shout out Julito. Shout out Play Lotto Studio. Shout out my son Isaiah the GOAT.
Let's get it, man. World famous, y'all. We'll check back in later.
I had my mom in the movie too.
Really? The new
Yeah.
one? Oh,
That's
yo,
amazing.
that's crazy. I remember. You know what's funny? I remember when I told your mom I play soccer. She's like, "You play soccer?"
Yeah, she knew you
That's
was
good.
blind, nigga.
No, I do play soccer.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Word.
At Penn Park with the Africans.
Word.
Yeah.
Lying.
I'm dead serious.
Oh yeah, cause you be barefoot. You was
yeah,
barefoot. You
nah.
used to be barefoot up at Simon's.
No, not up there. But I promise you, I do play soccer. I could trap, and I could defend. I'm not the best
When I went
striker.
to Cuba,
I can dribble too
I
a
went
little
to
bit.
Cuba, I seen this boy playing soccer, one Yeezy on, probably fake, and one barefoot. I'm like, man, this
That's crazy,
is
right?
life. This is life.
And those kind of players could be the best players ever. I love playing
I'm
soccer,
sure he's
bro.
he's a beast. His toes
Yeah.
probably this strong.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll check in back next week, man. World famous. World famous.